Welcome to the channel, Jaden Chase. Now there's a saying, the higher the monkey climbs, he exposes himself. And now Rushane Patterson, the person of interest in the Anika Slickianna Townsend murder, is stating that law enforcement assaulted him and questioned him without the presence of his attorneys. He's also stating that during that assault, law enforcement used a hard object against his leg, which broke the phone that was still inside of his pocket. And he claims and told his attorney that that cell phone contained information vital to his defense. Wait, in the hear him just say? When attorneys just tell the tabloids? He's stating that, first and foremost, law enforcement assaulted him. He's also stating that he was questioned without his attorney. And while being assaulted, the phone, the same phone him said that information when they do the interview and state that texts were being sent or calls were being made to Slickianna while they were at that restaurant was in the phone. And now that the phone was hit with the hard object, yeah, this solid object, the phone broke and now them can't retrieve the information. How? When them claim to them take message of a Vibes Cartel phone and send them go to prison. Then look how much people phone drop on the screen, broke and them fix back the screen of the same phone I use. When I get to him really I try to tell him clients. This is the information being presented by Rushane to his attorney. Now, Rushane is being represented by Kingston-based attorney at law, Michelle Thomas. Now, she said that she was retained by Patterson's parents and that she had agreed to be present when he turned himself over to law enforcement. So he's still maintaining that he planned to turn himself over to law enforcement and that it was just hours before he had planned to do so. Law enforcement located the guest house in which he was staying and captured him. After all of the run round, after the Atlanta story. Now these are the things that the people are stating. That after misleading the public and trying to mislead law enforcement, because as the deputy commissioner stated, the deputy commissioner in a press release said that there was never any evidence to suggest that he had left the island. And that while he was on social media stating that he was off the island and planning to fly in, law enforcement did know him still there at Jamaica and still a search for him location, which they later found, and the people have said that that was a good job by law enforcement. Now, as it pertains to this assault, we remember when Rushane Barnett had made similar case or similar claims against law enforcement, and the people were saying no, they don't believe law enforcement would do that because this is a high profile case. This is not a situation where a member of any criminal organization did something to a fellow member of law enforcement, which, may I point out, would not justify them doing that. No, it still wouldn't justify them doing that. The law is the law. Them take an oath for serve and uphold the law. Them cannot take the law into their own hands. This is not right. But the people had said they did not believe that that took place with Barnett. And Barnett later stated that no, it never happened. Him just said that. What happened though was that in picture and what it take place started to circulate. And that was some type of rights violation. Him being videoed and sent out to the public without his permission, without his attorney's permission or anything. So of course this claim by Rushane Patterson will have to be looked at by the relative authorities. They might have to look into it. It is his right as a citizen. But tell me what you think. You feel like. That's why we point out it is Rushane's right, if him said this happened to him, for the relevant authorities look into it and see if it take place. Now as it pertains to the information with on the phone, digital experts, we can tell both attorneys and law enforcement what can go on the information. Keep in mind, the information that was retrieved or claimed to be retrieved from Vibes Cartel's phone was then later discredited by overseas UK-based forensic experts. But in Rushane's case, however, his attorneys are stating that the information on the phone will actually clear her client's name. So the evidence on the phone is not evidence against him, but rather evidence of his innocence. This situation just take a different turn. Some are stating that basically what is now taking place is that it has moved from Anika Slickianna Townsend being the victim, leaving behind a child, family, loved ones, to now Rushane Patterson being in police custody and being assaulted by law enforcement, which would not be right or lawful under any circumstances. And we are point out, law enforcement said that when he was captured, it was smooth and that Rushane surrendered immediately. He never put up no resistance, nothing of the nature. And as him say, him they plan for going in, so he shouldn't put up no resistance. Anyway, now that he's saying that, law enforcement do that to him. Why? I wonder why didn't they do that? That won't be wise. This is also another high profile case. That wouldn't be wise. These are modern times. Now the 80s and the 70s, yep, arrest an individual, have him in custody, question him without him attorney, and then assault him. These things are major issues. Charges can be brought against members of law enforcement for doing that. I don't think them would do it. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. As we said, it's the information presented to the attorney by the client, Rushane Patterson. So what him say go on. And just as in the case of Rushane Barnett, who even at that time, I think, had already confessed to doing what he did to his own cousin and our youth them. When he made similar claims, the authorities had to look into it. And the situation will be no different in this situation or this scenario. Law enforcement are going to have to look into it. Now, his attorneys also stated that after being made aware that law enforcement had captured Rushane because he had gotten cold feet and was hesitant to turn himself in, she was told that there would be no questioning until a certain given date. She then visited her client and was made aware that a statement had been taken from him and that he had been assaulted. Now she's stating that first and foremost, an attorney must be present to make sure an individual's rights are being upheld. And this is the very truth. The very truth. And when we tell about rights, we are talking about constitutional right. And not just a right where I say, yo, Jano, that sounds like the right thing to do. We are telling about by law. Now, law enforcement also denied these claims, stating that before being brought in, Rushane was a person of interest, then charged. So, they wouldn't see that fit. Now, we have also pointed out, they stated that it was a smooth operation, as it seems as if Rushane was not in the possession of any firearms. So, he never had no weapon, never in the guest house. So, when law enforcement run in, him just surrender. You know, you calm, and him never make it a big thing. Law enforcement then search the guest house for evidence. I think that's why him claimed to. But of course, naturally, that would be done. So, no, me. Client that tell attorney say, go on. Police are saying nothing. Why them would I do it? Them not have no motivation for do something like this. The people must say, them not see why law enforcement did do it. This wasn't a crime against another member of law enforcement, which I am still stating would not be a justified reason. Only required physical. If during the capture, during the operation, Rushane did try to get physical, which was not the case based on law enforcement statements. Talk to me in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course put it on all. And this is how you will be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right in the platform. Now until the reason again, live, love, and prosper. And stay tuned.